Hello and welcome. We are Northeastern Illinois University. Thanks for joining us. My name is Mike Dizon. I'm the Chief of Staff at the university as well as the Chief Marketing and Communications Officer. Again, at Northeastern Illinois University, we're so glad that you've tuned in to watch us. For those of you who have watched previous shows, you know that our format has been to talk to a person, a personality, a leader at our university to give you, the audience, a better understanding of who we are and what we have to offer. So if you're considering pursuing higher education, either as an undergraduate or a graduate student, or maybe you know someone who is looking to go to college, this is a really good show because I'm so delighted to have today Dr. Andrea Evans. And speaking of leaders, she truly is one of the leaders at Northeastern Illinois. Our university is made up of several locations, and one of our locations is the Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies. Dr. Evans, where is it located again?
39th Street near Cottage Grove.
Thank you. So it's in the Bronzeville neighborhood, and we're so happy to have the university represented on that side of the city. Before we get started, I think it makes sense to learn a little bit more about you, Dr. Evans.
Sure.
How long have you been with the university, and exactly what do you do?
I've been at the university a little more than a year, and I run, as you said, the Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies. I'm the director there, which means that I manage the day-to-day operations and also work to build the academic programs and social community programs for the center. So we're open from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, running academic programs and community programs for the surrounding neighborhood.
Nice. Now, when you say academic programs, do you serve undergraduate students or graduate students or both?
We serve both. I mean, we have the main degree program is the Inner City Studies program. Mm-hmm. That's a bachelor's degree and a master's degree program. But we also have general education programs, general education courses in math, English, the humanities, social sciences. So we offer a little bit of everything.
When I visit the university's location in the Bronzeville neighborhood, I notice that there's a lot of activity there, and not all of it is academic related.
Right.
I went to an event there not too long ago called Jazzy Mondays.
Yes.
What's that all about? That doesn't sound very academic.
It's not very academic, but it's a bunch of fun. And so our organization, we host Jazzy Monday every second Monday of the month. We have professional jazz artists who come and perform their craft open to the public. We also serve food that night. It's a very wonderful event. It's well attended. The university's been hosting this for a number of years now, and it's very popular with the surrounding community. So we're very happy to host it, and it's open to the public, so it's fun.
So you don't need to be a student to actually go to the Carruthers Center?
You don't need to be a student to come to the Carruthers Center.
Mm-hmm. What kind of activities, aside from academic programming, aside from these events that are open to the public, do you have any special student services that are offered at that location?
Well, we do a little bit of everything. I mean, we have activities geared towards high school students, so recruitment activities geared towards them. We also invite them to our activities. For example, we had a Martin Luther King Day event, and we hosted it, but we invited high school students to that event. We also host Gear Up events, which Gear Up is a program that helps prepare high school students for college. So we host that at the Carruthers Center. And other folks can rent our facility also, and they host their own events. So that's another asset. I mean, we're a community center in that regard. Anybody can come by and take a look at the building and rent space in our building.
Nice. But even in spite of that, this is still a college, right?
This is a college.
So you have computer labs?
Yes.
A library?
Yes. We're a full-service campus. I mean, we have 11 classrooms. We have a computer room. We have a full library with 2 full-time librarians, and all the resources that any student would need at Northeastern Illinois University. So we're an extension of the main campus, which is on the north side, and we have professors housed in our building, so students can meet with professors there. So we offer everything that the main campus would offer in one building.
You keep saying the word Carruthers, so who is this person and why is the center named after him?
Jacob H. Carruthers was a very significant figure in the development of the Inner City Studies program. So he served for many years in that building, And he passed away, I think, in 2005, but he was so prominent in the community and to that building that it was named after him.
How long has the building, or the center really, been around? Has it always been in that building?
It's always been in that building. The center's been around since 1966. The university's owned that building since 1966, although the building has been in that location since 1905. So it's an old historic cultural icon building. It was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright back in 1905. It was a settlement house years ago in the tradition of the Jane Addams Hull House. So same sort of idea of immigrants coming from Europe. And then immigrants or migrants coming from the South, African-American migrants. And so a lot of civil rights activism took place in that building, and a lot of famous cultural icons have been there.
So a lot of history.
A lot of history.
You can't say the word cultural icons without dropping a few names. Like who?
I'll drop a few names. Ida B. Wells, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Oscar Brown, Lorraine Hansberry. I'm thinking of the poet.
You know what? Those names don't get any bigger than
those
that.
Those are big names.
You can stop right now.
In addition to Harold Washington and Barack Obama. So these are individuals who have graced the stage at the Carruthers Center. So it's a really proud legacy that we have at the Carruthers Center.
It feels like, just given the names that you've given, it feels like in some ways it's sort of like a cultural center for African Americans, especially prominent African Americans. Is it only for African American students?
It isn't. The tradition there was the enhancement of the education of African American students, but also learning about Africa and African American education. So that's part of its tradition, that's part of its legacy. That will continue, but that doesn't mean that it's just for African American students. But we do and are very proud of that history, and we will continue that history and that legacy at the Carruthers Center.
So tell me a little bit more about the kinds of students who take classes at the Carruthers Center, at your location. Can they take all of their classes at that one location, or do they have to take some of their classes at, say, the main campus up north or one of our other locations?
So my answer to that is it depends. It depends on what you decide as your major. So if you are an inner city studies major, you could potentially take every class at the Carruthers Center. And so that's been the tradition there. We've also offered other classes, but only certain majors could complete their program in that building. That's about to change, though. Beginning fall of 2020, we will begin to offer additional degree programs. So a student, for example, in social work or community health or gerontology, or people who might want a couple and family counseling certificate would be able to do all of their classes at the Carruthers Center. So that's an expansion of the program, and we're really expanding our offerings from the main campus to the south side. So students who might live in close proximity to the Carruthers Center could complete those programs in that building.
Speaking of close proximity, there are quite a few high schools in that area, and I know you have close relationships with them. And I've gone to some of those meetings and those outreach efforts. Talk to us a little bit about the high schools in that area. And I didn't go very far when I went to college. I stayed fairly close to home, and I imagine that there are a lot of college students out there who are considering college that want to stay close to home. What kind of offerings do you have for them, and what have you done to build relationships with the high schools around your Brownsville location?
So one of the things I want to talk about that connects us to the community and is really our outreach to these schools. We've made, I say our on-the-ground visits. We've gone to these schools with a team of individuals from Northeastern Illinois University to tell them about our programs, not just the ones at the Carruthers Center, but also the university at large. But we are pushing the Carruthers Center to people in the neighborhood. And one of the new programs that we're offering for folks who want to stay close to home is a freshman cohort. So that's new in our building. We're really excited about that. And what that means is any student who comes to Northeastern Illinois University can do their entire freshman year in that building, and that building again on 39th Street near Cottage Grove. And that's new for us. So we're very excited about that. Those students will get everything that they need as a freshman, math and science, English, all of those programs to complete their freshman year.
And they can do it at the center? They
can do it at the center. There's going to be a block schedule, so they'll know that their classes are every Monday through Thursday from about 8:30 to 2:30 those 4 days out of the week, with Fridays off. So that's new for us. We see that as a draw for individuals who live in the neighborhood, who are interested in Northeastern, who want to stay close to home for that first year. We're offering that for the first time this year, so we're really excited about that.
That's awesome. So what do you mean when you say freshman cohort? What does cohort mean?
Cohort means that we're going to put all of those students in the class together. And that provides a sense of connection to other students, but also allows us as faculty and staff to connect to them as a group of freshmen. We understand what their needs are. We want to provide the services, the supports that they need, whether it's tutoring or counseling services, and we want to keep them close. We want them to be successful their freshman year, and that's our goal, and that's why we'll keep them in the cohort, keep them together, provide them with a very solid and sound higher education, and prepare them to transition to their major, which might be on the main campus on the north side.
So basically, it's a group of students who, they all take the same classes.
They will take all the same classes together. For the most part, they do have a couple of choices. They'll have a couple choices in their social science, for example. But for the most part, the group will stay together for that entire day, yes.
And you are going to start this program this fall.
Yes.
And then it's just for freshmen.
That program is just for freshmen, and it does start this fall of 2019.
Okay, is it too late to sign up for that?
Oh, absolutely not. We're taking applications right now. We will be taking applications throughout the summer. You're invited to stop by the Carruthers Center at any time to sign up to get the application materials. Of course, you can do those things online as well, which we can give you. So we will be signing students up for this program throughout the summer.
So you just went into the next topic. I don't know how you knew, but the next topic I wanted to talk about is, if you wanted to sign up,
yes,
what's the first step?
The first step, the university website.
Can we take a look?
Please.
NEIU.edu, right?
NEIU.edu.
Where do we go to next?
You can go to NEIU.edu/CCICS.
/CCICS for Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies.
Inner City Studies.
And if you don't remember that acronym, another way to get there is go to NEIU.edu, go to academics, and you're right there, aren't you? The Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies.
Yes.
Click on that. Okay, so here's the Carruthers Center. Oh, this is your building.
That's our building. And you'll learn about the Carruthers Center on that site. At the bottom of that page, you'll see a place where it says apply. And that's where you would start the process to apply to the Carruthers Center. And on the application, there is a box for you to check the Carruthers Center. So if you want to do your freshman year at the Carruthers Center, you will see a place to pick that building.
So here's that apply button that Dr. Evans was talking about. But if you want to get more information about the Carruthers Center, we're an institution that likes our acronym CCICS.
Yes.
Looks like you can request information here.
Yes.
You have an open house and some general university events. Can we take a look at the rest of the website really quick? Carruthers Center class schedules.
So that's a listing of the courses that are being offered right now in our building.
Oh, holy cow, I know all of these professors. They're incredible people, aren't they?
Incredible people, and students love them, love their courses. And so you can find the current listing of classes on the website.
African American community, research writing, field internship, master's project research, so a lot going on. Some course descriptions for those programs that take place at your center.
Yes.
You talked a lot about events. Chicago Sun-Times journalist, awesome. So that looks like it's updated frequently. Here's a list of faculty.
Some of the faculty members who teach in the building.
Very nice. And then a way to contact you, a map. This is also a map of our main campus. And then request information. So if you have general questions or want to learn more about the Carruthers Center or Northeastern, you can just type it in here.
You can type it in there, and that information will go to our recruiter. Her name is Shonda Ghostin, and she will send you an immediate reply.
Fantastic. So don't forget, neiu.edu, an easy way to get there is follow the top navigation, go to academics, and it's right there under academic units. Click on Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies, or if you have a good memory, not like me, neiu.edu/CCICS, and it'll take you right there. Easy. Well, it really doesn't get any easier than that.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so you apply and then you get in, and if you're a freshman and you get accepted,
Yes.
When you enroll, when do classes start roughly?
Classes will start late August, but we have a couple of things that we're going to do to invite students to our campus before then. We do have a dinner that we're hosting for admitted students on May 7th. We're also having an orientation June 19th. So we're working this summer to get students and their parents into our building if they've been accepted at this point, or if they're even interested, they can come to those two events that are coming up at the Carruthers Center.
Fantastic.
Sure.
So if you were a high school post-secondary counselor, what are the kinds of things that you would want them to know about Northeastern, and also specifically about Northeastern's Carruthers Center?
I would say generally about Northeastern, I think any student can feel comfortable at the Carruthers Center, and I think that's an asset of our organization. The Carruthers Center, I think the one thing that we're going to take pride in, especially with our freshman cohort, is having a small group of individuals that we can support one-on-one. So if you feel like you need that as you transition from high school to college, we're there to support you every step of the way, every day, to assist you in your academic programming and any other social issues that you may have, other interests that you may have. So our goal is to really get to know these students very closely, to retain them, to support them through their sophomore year and through their senior year of college. So we're going to be really taking care of every individual student who steps foot into our building. And I think Northeastern does that generally. We're happy to do it at the Carruthers Center in a very small setting, which might be appealing to some students. And again, the fact that it may be close to home for some folks, people who have other reasons for wanting to stay home, who might want to work a job. I think the cohort model allows for that. Because your school day ends at 2:30, you're off on Fridays, you can schedule other things pretty easily around your school schedule with the block schedule that we're going to be using next year. So we're really excited and really looking forward to meeting students and parents interested in a program like this. Many freshmen will be very successful in this kind of a model, and we're looking forward to offering it and being able to see more parents and students take advantage.
You totally buried the lead. Off on Friday?
Off on Friday.
You should have started with that.
I should have started with that.
You totally sold me.
Off on Friday, but the building is open, which means the library is open, the computer room is open, so we'll be available for students on Friday.
And that's so terrific, because one thing that I've noticed about Northeastern students is that so many of them have to juggle their academic lives with their personal lives,
Yes.
and then their professional lives, and many of them have part-time jobs.
Yes.
And it's really hard to manage all of that. So it's
Yes.
comforting to know that you have professors, faculty, and staff who not only instruct you, but
Yeah.
also serve as mentors.
Serve as mentors, and they're willing to be there for you. And again, the building's also open on Saturdays, I should say. So the library is open on Saturday. So again, when I say full service, I mean that a student can access that building 6 days a week, including the library. So we're really, again, that's really an important part for any student to be able to juggle a variety of personal and academic events in their lives, and then still be able to stay home and still have access to the academic resources that they need.
Mm-hmm. You know, these days, especially when you're talking about the Chicago market, there are so many different paths you can go when you graduate from high school, or whenever you decide to go back to college. There are so many different offerings. There's so many different colleges and universities. One of them is Northeastern.
Yes.
Why do you think people should consider Northeastern as a place to pursue their higher education goals? I mean, Why do you think it would be a good fit for some students, and what kind of students do you think would stand to benefit from Northeastern?
Well, first of all, I think the hallmark of any high-quality institution begins with its faculty and the students working together. So when you have faculty who are willing to work alongside students in their education, to me that's the hallmark of an excellent higher ed institution. And that's what Northeastern is, and that's what Northeastern does. So we're happy to facilitate students' growth and achievement. I think that getting to know faculty members is going to be really key. I think that our size permits that happening. So students don't get lost in our environment. I'm really happy that we have multiple campuses so that students can travel to different places and have different kinds of experiences, meet different kinds of faculty members across those campuses, and still be a Northeastern Illinois student. So it's really important to know people. Northeastern prides itself on staying in contact with students. We have myriad resources. We have myriad support programs. We have myriad resources for high academics and honors students. There's something for everyone. It's a comprehensive institution. So we're really everything that a student would need, but in addition to a place where you can know faculty members, and those people are interested in you personally and interested in your development and your academic growth. And I think that's the unique part of Northeastern Illinois University. I love the fact that it's in Chicago. So Chicago is also our laboratory. There's a lot of things to see. We definitely at the Carruthers Center take advantage of that part of our history and get to know the other cultural icons in our community, and that all of those things have made up the Carruthers Center and that make up Chicago. So as a Chicago institution that it's been here for decades, I think Northeastern provides something for everyone, in addition to providing the kind of atmosphere and academic environment that students need to support their growth in academic learning over time and for the long haul.
That's fantastic. And I'm so glad that you did a little plug for the faculty there. And
Yes.
there are so many faculty that either are based out of the Carruthers Center,
Yeah.
or they teach classes there. And I'm going to embarrass a couple of them right now.
Sure.
Maybe not embarrass them, but I'm going
Yeah.
to name check them first
Yes.
of all. Dr. Lance Johnson.
Yeah.
Dr.
Williams.
Dr. Lance Williams.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And then Dr. Zeta Johnson.
Yes.
Dr. Kenya Barden.
Yes.
Dr. Suni Ali.
Amazing faculty members for the Inner City Studies program. They are icons themselves in the community. The people know them before they even come to our building. They know these individuals and what they mean to the community and to the academic community. So we're very proud to have them at Northeastern Illinois University, and especially proud to have them at the Carruthers Center.
Mm-hmm. And when you talk about faculty mentors, she's telling the truth. Because those four truly are mentors.
Yes.
I've seen them interact with students.
Yes.
They know every single one on a first name basis. They know
Yes.
everything about their lives.
Yes.
And they're there to help them through this journey.
Through the journey.
Even afterwards.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Evans.
You're
I
very
feel like I know a lot more about the Carruthers Center, and hopefully you do too. Again, our final plug, neiu.edu/CCICS. The Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies, one of the locations of Northeastern Illinois University. Don't forget, and if you are a high school student thinking about pursuing college, don't forget what Dr. Evans said about a freshman cohort. It just might be for you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
See you next time. Take it easy.